Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to Jessie Kate Creates. I'm Jessica, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I used a stencil to make some backgrounds that I turned into quick and easy cards. So this video is really exciting for me because a Colorful Life Designs reached out and invited me to do a little bit of guest designing for them in July. So they let me pick out some stencils. And this is one of the ones that I picked out. It is the Boho Glam stencil, and I'll have it linked down below. Although for the cards that I'm making here, you can really use any stencil that's in your stash. Now I will say I have already prepared the back of this stencil with a little bit of pixie spray since there are so many openings in the stencil. One of the reasons I really wanted this particular stencil is I think the design is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it is elegant enough that you could use it for like a wedding card or an anniversary card, but still fun and festive enough that you could also use it for, a Christmas or other holiday card or a birthday card, which is what I am making here. So that's one of the reasons I really wanted this particular stencil. I just think it's very versatile. So what I'm doing now, I took my Lawn Fawn clear stencil paste and I'm just making my own colors by mixing in mica powders. Now to do this, I used mica powders. You could use pigment powders. If you have re-inkers, you could use those. Really any colorant you have, you can try mixing it into a clear or a white stencil paste to create your own colors. And that's why I like having a clear paste on hand, because with just that one bottle of paste, I can make a whole bunch of different colors. If you're not familiar with A Colorful Life Designs, it is a small company based in Texas, run by a woman I believe named Mary Kay, who makes all of the stencils. So if you're wanting to add stencils to your stash, I'd definitely consider checking her out. I'll have A Colorful Life Designs linked below. So what I'm doing now is just taking the different colors I've mixed up and randomly putting them all over the stencil. I like the blues and the greens together, and I wanted there to be some variety on this background. This is also really nice. This is a large stencil, so I have a 5x7 piece of cardstock there, and you can see the stencil covers it very lovely. So I just wiped on all that paste, and now I'm going to carefully peel off the stencil and set that aside for a few minutes to dry. Since I still had some paste left over, I grabbed just an A2 size panel, so it's just 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I decided I'd put the rest of my paste on there. Now, I probably did not have enough paste to fully cover this, and I was kind of scraping and scrounging to get it all covered. I'm a little bit, once I've like mixed up a paste like this, I want to use it all, even though it was kind of like starting to dry out. Is anyone else like that? I just want to get every last drop. Oh, now something I do want to show you really quick is how you can clean up your paste. So once you're done making your backgrounds, I just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol down on my work surface, and I work on a glass mat, but I think this would probably work on a plastic mat too, because I used to have a plastic one and I did the same thing. So I just put down a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and then I just use like a plastic scraper to kind of scrape up the bits, and then I wipe it all up with a paper towel and it comes right off. So I cleaned up there because I thought I was just going to make those backgrounds, but then I was having so much fun and I already had supplies out that I was like, you know what? Let's make a couple more. So here you can also see my stencil is clean. When I was done with it the first time, I just went to my sink and rinsed it off quickly with a little bit of soapy warm water. You always want to do that with your stencil so that the paste doesn't stick. But so here I've taken the Gina K Glitz glitter gel in the color iridescent, which is just clear glitter paste. I've mixed in some blue mica powder, and now I'm spreading that all over my background. And if you've never done this before, guys, you can kind of think about it like you are buttering a piece of toast, and I like to scrape off all of the excess paste from my stencil before I peel it up. I had a bunch of paste left, so I did make a couple more of these backgrounds. I made quite a few backgrounds on this day. I'm not going to keep them all. I don't show you me making them because it's the same process, but I'll show you some of the backgrounds I made here. So this is the first one that you saw me make, and I thought it turned out gorgeous with all of those blues and greens. I made a couple of the sparkly blue backgrounds. I did some in 5x7 size and some in an A2 size, so I would have options when I'm making cards. And I also used that sparkly glitter gel with some pink pigment to make up some pink cards. And I really wanted to mix it up and have fun and just experiment. So I also put the pink paste onto green cardstock. I thought, I have the paste left over, why not? It's a little bit different, and I thought it turned out really cool. I think it's really fun, the pink on the green. So now let me show you the cards I made with some of these backgrounds. I kept it really simple. I needed birthday cards, so I grabbed the Crafter's Companion Happy Birthday Wishes stamp set. I really like this one, and I like that have a happy birthday sentiment, but you can make whatever types of cards it is that you need in your stash. So all I did, I heat embossed the sentiment onto a strip of vellum, and then I tore the vellum instead of cutting it, quite honestly, because I was too lazy to pull out my paper trimmer. But I liked the way it looked, and to finish off the inside of the cards, I just blended on a little bit of a matching ink color onto a little panel for the inside of the cards. And I thought those turned out really nicely. I liked using the vellum because I thought the design of the background was so pretty, I really didn't want to cover it up. So for the sparkly blue background, I did the same thing, but instead I used a silver embossing powder. And I cut down the panel and mounted it on a black card base so that there'd be a little bit of dimension. And I think the black and blue kind of makes this a gender neutral card, even though it is very blue and very sparkly. And the last card I created, I took one of the blue-green backgrounds and I did the same thing with the sentiment, but I added 2 matting layers, one in gold and one in green, and I thought that looked really nice too. I like changing things up a little bit when I'm basically making the same card. I think having some popped up, some flat, some with mats, some without, adds a little bit of variety even though the cards are mostly the same. Honestly, the blue one is my favorite, but I think they're all lovely. Let me know which one you guys like the best in the comments. And I hope this video inspires you to dig through the stencils in your stash and make some cards too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.